this thing on? Hello everyone, this is Richard Cook. I don't know why I'm doing this, but for some reason I thought it'd be funny to make a making of my documentary. Now, how do you make a making of your documentary? Well, this is how. I'm just going to give you a little insight into some of the places you've seen in the film and some of the things I've done in the past and things like that. And give you a little idea of how I made the film. So, actually, you can see right now I am actually in the middle of rendering the final cut of the short version of the film, which will go up in about 2 days now, I think. Yep, down to the wire, just like I was the game. But we take you around the house, I guess. So we're gonna go outside here, down the hallway. It's not a very big place actually, but it's nice. I mean, all this is the roommate stuff, like all the IKEA stuff. There I am. He's obsessed with IKEA. So I kind of get to enjoy the luxury of that, even though none of it's mine. So when I move out of here in a month, then that'll all go with him. But then of course our garage, you know. Sometimes I'll spend some time working out here, but it's nothing special or anything. Just jump around a little bit, lift the little dumbbells and stuff like that. But it gets really fucking hot in there too. It's ridiculous. And my hygiene room. That's what I call it. My hygiene room. Filthy shower. So, in the film too, you'll see me exercising like right here in the living room. There's a little clip of that, and then you'll also see some of me sitting out here. I do come out here sometimes to you know, think, reminisce, but it's kind of nice to just come out here and kind of collect my thoughts, and just, this is what I do. I pace back and forth. I've lived in the house for about 2 years now. Say November. Yeah, about 2 years. And it was pretty tough getting here at first too, because when I first moved to Orlando, I was actually in another apartment, and I got kicked out of there eventually. Some politics, which wasn't fun to go through because I had to, you know, I was in financial trouble then too. You know, I've always been in financial trouble of some sort. You just don't make enough money, and you work really hard in the day job as much as you can, but you don't make enough money, and it just disappears. But whenever I had to move to a different place, then that put me under a lot of stress. And fortunately, I found this place. It's been kind of coming to a head though, and taking its toll, and I've kind of just like said fuck it to wanting roommates anymore, because I think I've become an introvert over time. It's the honest truth. I enjoy spending time in my own space and enjoying things on my own, and not having to listen to like people's opinions and other things, and not feeling the pressure to be social, I guess. But so being in this house is just it's enough for me now. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of here, because I will be out of here in a month. So who knows where I go next, but wherever I go, hopefully it feels like home, and hopefully it continues to feed my creativity. Right here. You see this view a lot in the film, actually, or this street rather. but you also see this view a lot in the film. It's the house. I'd make my own filler shots, you know. And of course, it's my car, which I don't know if I'm going to have much longer due to finances. See too, actually, this is the editing session. See Mr. Jonathan Holmes there. Sup, Holmes? It's a good podcast. Just check that out. But yeah, this is what I do. I use After Effects and Premiere to edit together my clips and everything. It's pretty time consuming though. I mean, you can see too, this is like my final list here. I have to write all the stuff down that I have to do, but it's pretty time consuming. It took me about 2 months because you're trying to tell a story, and so you want everything to be as consistent as it can be. But that's tough sometimes, you know, because this is my first time making a documentary or a film of any sort, anything longer than a short clip, and you kind of come to find out that all this footage, you took this massive amount of footage over the last 3 months, and 2/3 of it is useless. and that's kind of a tough buy-in there, because it's going like, so what the hell do I do? You know, I'm trying to tell a consistent story, but most of my footage is useless. So it's hard to get away from just making it a sequence of clips of you talking about nothing. And that's what I was worried about with this film, was making a hour and a 15-minute long film about me just bitching about things. Which it still kind of is, but at least I feel like I told the story from beginning to end, and that's kind of how I hoped it would turn out. So I think it did turn out pretty well. I think, like any filmmaker, I'm still looking at it going, I could have made that better, or I could have made this clip longer, or could have made this clip shorter. Just tiny things. It's always a perfectionist thing, but you know, you do what you can. And I mean, hopefully people enjoyed it whenever it came out. But yeah, this is more or less what the process is like. So I mean, yeah, I also like shot the entire film almost with just my phone and my web camera, which they're kind of two different resolutions. The web camera shoots at a native 720p, and my phone shoots at a native 1080p. So that was a little bit of a struggle, because I didn't want to like put 720p clips in a 1080p sequence and try to blow them up and make them just even blurrier than how they were. The rendering just finished. But it's a tough thing to kind of correlate between those two, because I also had to work with clips that my contributors gave me, so whatever resolution that their web camera or whatever camera they were using was at, I had to work with that as well. So it wasn't professionally shot or anything, but at the same time, I didn't really intend for it to be professionally shot. It still was a personal story, and it was one that I was trying to tell from the most personal perspective that I possibly could. You know, it wasn't somebody just standing over my shoulder filming me doing things. It was me filming myself, and a lot of that too kind of shows in the some of the clips where I look like I'm holding my hand out because I'm like recording myself. But after the first month of filming all the clips, it seemed like that was kind of just a second nature thing, and that's why I was able to get clips of me like when I was just dead tired or when I was really pissed off, and I would be able to get clips like that because I had it automatically in my mind to just do it, like pick up the phone and start recording as soon as I get into a mode like that or something, and then I just kind of let it go, because I'm not paying attention to the fact that I'm recording myself. I'm still in the mood that I was in. It's just kind of part of the whole process, that you kind of start automatically doing this yourself. But so that kind of made me feel like I gave it a personal perspective, because you were still seeing it as it happened, but you were seeing it in a more isolated manner. Again, I wasn't in the room with anybody when half of these things happen, and it just played out that way. So I hope people get that, and they don't look at it as something to where it's not professionally shot, so that means it's low quality in terms of the story or anything like that, because that's not what it's really about. It's about a personal story. It's about my journey with my team to PAX, and all the emotions and all the baggage that came with it. So hopefully people will get that. There's not a lot I do in my spare time, actually. Like, if I'm not editing, or if I'm not working on the game or something, if I'm not working on something, then I'm probably just usually playing my guitar or exercising. I don't have a game console anymore. It used to be sitting like right over there. Like, I had a PS2 and I had an Xbox 360. Sadly, I had to get rid of them because I did need the money for, bills and everything else that caught up to me. So I never really had the luxury of enjoying some kind of solid entertainment like that. Like, I'm a gamer, I'm a game developer, and I don't play that many games. It's a kind of sad truth. Not for a lack of trying. There's plenty of games I do want to play, but I know my priorities, and kind of as I said in the film, once I have my success and everything, I'm going to take a break, and when I take my break, I'll probably end up playing all the games that I've missed out on, that I've wanted to play for the last few years. So hopefully that happens soon, and I can enjoy a little off time. But until then, it's just this. It's just work, There's not much else to it. I'm in love with my work, but I do, need a break sometimes too. Don't want to get burned out. Something you do. Hopefully that happens soon. So that's pretty much my life. Not much else to it. That's how it is. It's a simple thing, really, but you do what you can to get through it.